brand new tidbit from the guys.
Super spooky.
Ooh.
Have you heard about the mysterious seeds of unknown origin?
Yeah, I heard about this.
From
Have you
China.
gotten the seeds?
I have not gotten seeds, no.
What will you do if you get those seeds?
I will throw them right in the trash.
I'm going to plant a thriving garden.
Now, why do you
Throw in
think?
the trash. They said not even to do that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why do you think? You don't think this is some sort of fucking control thing going on?
Well, I thought I heard what it was. The mystery was solved.
Oh, I don't know what it is.
This is just what somebody said to me, was that it's people sending out orders. They're basically telling Amazon that you ordered seeds from them so that they could show that they shipped out an order and then go on Amazon and give themselves a higher rating, is what I heard.
Yeah, I heard
That's
that. I
all
heard
it
the
is?
same thing.
Yeah.
Why are they like the doomsday? Don't plant these seeds. Like you're gonna plant these seeds, and the country's gonna fucking be
Because-
overrun
Well,
with
if it's an-
fucking poison.
If it's an invasive
Shrubs.
species, that's
Yeah.
exactly what will happen.
What kind of an invasive species? Like a shrub?
Yeah, sometimes
Like an
yeah.
ivy.
Vegetables?
Ivy, it'll take over and like strangle other plants. The same as with like animals or fish or whatever. They don't need those. Like you invite an invasive fish into your fucking ecosystem and you're fucked.
So that's all it really was? But
I think so, but
Do you
I
really
think
think
also
the
people. Well, it
seeds-
said it was coming from China, and people are not happy with China right now. So
do you really think the seeds were dangerous, though? Or do you think it was all just another thing, a misdirection?
I believe that. I don't think the seeds are that dangerous.
I don't think they were dangerous either.
I wouldn't plant them unless maybe I would plant them in like a not in the earth, but like in a little planter in my house, just to see what happens. See what I'm growing. Could be some kind of.
Why do you think the seeds were not marked as clearly as what they were?
I mean, half the fucking instruction manuals I get from China, I could barely understand, and they're supposed to be written in English. So who knows? It's so funny that you ever get these fucking booklets and it's like it's all grammatically incorrect and shit like that.
I just read something the other day that people who write those manuals, a lot of times, like the user manuals and instruction manuals, they'll get a very basic description of the product and maybe a picture or two, and then they're like, "Go and write it." And you guys,
shows.
You got to figure it out. Yeah, it really does.
It shows. I heard those scam emails, the ones that are badly written on purpose because they don't want the people that are smart enough to see that they're badly written. They want the dopes that are like, oh, my Amazon account must be fucking in trouble, and then they log in with their password and shit like that.
Whoa, explain that again. How does that work?
They'll send out an email.
Okay, that's poorly written on purpose.
That looks like it's from Amazon. Just being
I've gotten them from iTunes.
Right.
It's gotten
okay,
me too.
iTunes, right. Yeah. And they'll say and it'll purposely be written badly because they want to weed out the people who are smart enough to notice. And they only want the fucking dopes because you can milk those dopes for as long as you can, for way longer than you could the type of person that's like, I'm not.
Yeah, but I don't understand how the effort to let's intentionally write it poorly.
Because only fucking dopes will fall for it.
Because if you're intelligent enough to be like, this is misspelled, this is fucking wrong, you're gonna be like, this is not legit. But if it's a person who's not great at spelling or grammar, it might not occur to them as being an issue.
But what's the harm though if it's perfect though, in getting the smart people too, like it got me?
Because they won't get you.
What do you mean it got you? How did it get you?
I called Alicia up at school during the school day, and I was like, I've been hacked. My iTunes account's been hacked.
Right, but that's nothing that you did.
Yeah, I did because I logged into it, and I logged in. I clicked on the link because it said I brought a rap album that was like $45.
Ooh, sweet.
And I was like, I didn't buy this rap album.
Raekwon.
And I clicked on it, and I started to fill it. I logged in on the link. And I gave all my information in. I thought I had like $70 credit on the iTunes account at that point, and I didn't want to lose it. So I had to text Alicia while she was in school in the middle of the school day and ask her what to do because I couldn't fucking get out of it.
And is she like, this is an emergency?
She said, I'm in class right now. I can't do this right now. I'll look at it when I get home, she said. And I was like, by that time, the fucking credit's going to be all...
Right, all of Russia's going to be listening to fucking music on my dime.
So it can get anybody, these scams.
So you've... Right, okay. Was it well written, yours?
You know what? I didn't even pay attention to it because all I saw, it looked so real with the logo and everything. And it said I had purchased this album that was $45, and I was like... I was like, I couldn't click on it fast enough. I was like, fucking clicking on it. I was like, no, that's not right.
You got caught.
I'm just thankful that it wasn't like my bank account or something. You know, I'm glad it was my iTunes and not my fucking my
How the
routing
fuck
number.
would you know? Your fucking wife takes care of all that
Oh
shit.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if I had the routing number, I could have gotten.
Oh yeah, like if you had access to a checkbook and they're like, "Hey, we need that too," you'd be like, "Oh, no problem."
That's what I told him. I told Alicia, I was like, they're going to fucking erase all my songs. I said,
Well, my prog rock, Alicia.
she just, Rebecca, doesn't work that way.
They can't make any more music.
She's just in class shaking her head.
Well, I told her I gotten scammed. I said I fell for it. I know.
Daddy did it again.
Yeah.
No, not again.
I just needed someone to talk to.
I would have went to get him if he was here that day.
Yeah.
But he wasn't here, so I didn't know what to do, and he wouldn't. He doesn't fucking answer texts on his day off.
Yeah.
Oh, for God forbid.
Really? That's new?
Even a 911
not new.
text? Even a 911 text like that? Or do you not even look at your phone?
I try to sleep. Oh, okay, I didn't know we were still on. I try to sleep as much as I can on my day off, so I just ignore everything. Like it'll sometimes be 8 hours until I even just see the message on my on my cell phone.
Uh-huh. You sleep that much, huh?
On my days off, yeah, I've done like 26 hours, which is
Wow.
like
I haven't slept 26 hours in the last 5 days.
that's why it's so great.
What do you do? Shoot yourself with a dart in the neck?
No,
Or
like
just like
Well, one good thing about being in a basement is that it's pretty much pitch black down there.
Yeah.
Because I'm only allowed 2 light bulbs.
Okay.
So, and they're low wattage. So once it gets dark, I
this
just roll over and just fall asleep.
you brought all this on yourself, man. I'm so disappointed in you sometimes.
I would do it like even when I was at the farm, I would do it on my day off. Is just try to sleep as much as I can.
I don't think that's the point he's making.
But it cost you your last girlfriend, though. Like you,
It was one of the complaints about me. One of the complaints.
yeah, she would text him, and he would text her back. I don't text or talk to people on my day off.
No. I would respond like, "Why didn't you respond to my text?" And I'm like, "Well, I was asleep. I don't.
You told me you wrote, I don't talk to people on my day off.
Well,
That's my time.
I did that to explain myself as to why I didn't text back right away for what was probably a perceived emergency that wasn't a real emergency.
Oh, well, like a fucking iTunes fucking scam?
The man got hacked.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I deal with. So then if he's not around,
Yeah.
I had to go to Alicia. She's my...
Had to yank Alicia out of school.
yeah, I went down in person. I signed her out of school.
It happened again, Alicia.
It only happened once. Stop saying it happened again. It only happened once. It won't ever happen again.
She just drops out. She's getting scammed so much.
Last, but certainly not least, is the return of the much requested, much anticipated Father Flanagan.
Father Flanagan.
Hello and welcome to Father Flanagan. Father Flanagan, and joining me on this episode is my daughter Alicia.
Hi.
It's been a long time, Alicia.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't remember the last time that we did an episode of Father Flanagan.
A few months ago.
It's post, or no, actually,
Pre.
previous COVID, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have been asking, though. They wanted to hear more Father Flanagan, so they've asked, and we're going to try to deliver. No Caitlin on this episode, but that doesn't mean we can't do an episode with just me and you. So, like we said, we haven't done an episode in quite some time, and since we've done an episode, COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
What's a young person's perspective on COVID?
What do you mean?
What are your thoughts on, the whole, on a pandemic, living through a pandemic, growing? Well, you're not really growing up. I mean, you're almost growing up. These formative years are going to be spent now. in a post-COVID world.
I guess it's weird. It's
Have you heard what some people are calling your generation?
no.
COVIDiots.
Never heard that.
You haven't heard that?
Nope. I don't know where you're seeing that.
I'm not making it up. I swear to God, because all you young
Oh.
people
I guess. Yeah.
can't seem to stop wanting to get out.
Neither can old people.
That is
They
not
don't
true.
want to wear the masks.
That is not true.
That is true.
You COVIDiots are out there all over the place. With,
Yeah, but who's letting those people out? Their parents.
So what? We should be stricter than we
No. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying. Can't blame them.
Of course. Who can we blame?
You have to blame everyone.
Yeah. Well, you have to shake the label of COVIDiot.
Okay.
I don't know. You got to rally your friends.
Okay.
And when you see your friends doing something wrong, you say to them, "Hey, don't be a COVIDiot."
Mhm. Okay.
And kind of like, if you got to shame them, you got to shame them. If you lose a few friends, you know what? They'll thank you for it, though, when they don't get COVID. All right. So on this episode, I want to talk about jobs and first jobs because today, literally hours ago, you just completed your first day at your first job.
Mhm.
It's stunning. I can't even believe it. It's not fun to see you get old enough to have a job. I still want to go to the zoo. I still want to buy you Beanie Babies.
I mean, you do that too.
Yeah, I know, but it's not, but now you're getting a job though. So describe what your first job is without naming the place though, because we don't want to give,
I
mean,
mean-
they're not advertising, they ain't paying for advertising.
It's pretty simple. I'm just a hostess.
You're a hostess
Mhm.
at a restaurant, a local restaurant, somewhat local.
Yeah.
It's about how far a ride, like a 10-minute
15
ride.
minutes.
15-minute ride.
Mhm.
That's something I never did growing up. I never was a hostess.
Mhm.
I did a couple jobs, more than a few jobs. I've had my share of jobs, but never was a hostess. So what was it like?
It was pretty easy. You just sit and wait for people to come, and then you just bring them over, and then everybody else does the rest.
Well, when I go to restaurants, I see those charts where they have to see.
It's not as confusing as some other restaurants.
No.
Because people get to pick their own tables, and we just give them to servers in order of like one person, then the next, and the next. So there's no sections.
And you told me that one of the things that you told me about before you went there was, and I was, this would give me such anxiety, is that the restaurant has a dress code, and if somebody shows up wearing what, they can't be seated.
They can't wear tank tops or swimwear or pajamas.
All of the above I could see except a tank top.
Tops.
A tank top, because this restaurant I don't think is that fancy that they could be especially in a world where you need as many people as possible in a post-COVID world. You need the business.
I mean,
you can't turn away people.
It fills up even with people saying you can't go. They still.
But I know you said you had some reservations about having to tell adults that they cannot sit down because they're wearing tank tops. I would feel the same exact way.
Someone bought someone bought a shirt because they were wearing a tank top, and someone said they had shirts available to buy, and they just bought a shirt. So
that is nuts. That is nuts that they're selling T-shirts so that they could sit down and eat. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, good on them if they can withstand that and not have someone just be so annoyed and just walk out on them rather than buy the T-shirt.
They have.
But I'm telling you, man, if I was you, I mean, I know I would not want to be telling people you and especially if they get unruly. I mean, you see in the news. I mean, people, they you can't wear a mask and not come in here, and people go crazy. So I mean, it's all.
Yeah.
I mean, people are so sensitive that I wouldn't want to tell them that they couldn't come in and sit down just because they're wearing a tank top.
I didn't have to do that yet, though.
Well, thankfully you won't have to.
Well, I probably will eventually, but
Well, maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe you'll just have nobody ever show up in a tank
well, I
top.
forget because I'm not looking out for what people are wearing when I.
Really? I mean, that's if the boss told me that, like, you can't sit people with tank tops, that would be the only thing I'd see.
Really?